What's going on, everybody? Jeff Holiday here, and today I am bringing you a video that I actually recorded before, about 2 weeks ago. Actually, I was going to have it out before the new year, and for some reason the footage just didn't take. It did not actually encode, and thus, now we're doing it later. But I thought I would take you out here to some beautiful nature here in Eugene, Oregon, and I would give you 2022, a year in review. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I've actually been kind of sad. I get a little bit of the seasonal affective depression. I get a little blue when things get cold, but I had a really good year. And I would rather remember all the cool things that I did this year, and that can carry me through the more cold and depressing months. So I thought I would share them with you. And what's kind of fun, too, is I wrote everything down in this little notebook that I got from when I went on Dr. Phil. So that's cute. Yeah. All right, I wrote all this stuff down. So in the beginning of the year, I actually got to go see Tool in concert. I never really expected that I would go, but somebody had an extra ticket, and it was pretty phenomenal. Also, starting in January and then into February, and actually pretty much throughout the whole year, me and a lot of my friends went shooting a lot.
She did.
Oh, that's my dead eye. Wow, very well done.
Nice.
Very well done. Now, for those who don't know, I am actually a shootist. I am a shooting enthusiast. I quite enjoy it a lot. I've even considered making an alternate channel just for doing some pew-pew content. But yeah, been doing that a lot. Then in February, I got to go up to Seattle for Drunken Peasants episode 1000. And that was pretty incredible. Got to see a lot of my friends that I hadn't seen in a while. Ben and Billy, Adam from Your Movie Sucks, Vosh, Scoot. And I finally got to meet two of my buddies that I always wanted to, Hannibal and Monty from Hannibal and Monty's show. We even actually got to go to Twin Peaks, a.k.a. North Bend, Washington. And it was fantastic. Then in April, I went undercover at the Reawaken America tour, and I have been promising to make a video on my experience since then, and I still plan to, but it has changed shape so much over the past few months, what the story of that and what is happening in America, that it's been hard to rewrite the same video over and over again because it's such a dynamic situation. But I will be having a lot of that footage come out. But here's a little bit more of a taste.
Each spike protein stacks together with two others, forming a structure that has a tulip-like shape.
I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me.
And almost immediately after I was done going undercover with a mullet and a Hulk Hogan mustache, I shaved all that off, and we went to Vegas for my 40th birthday party. Yep.
Yeah, shake.
Hooray to me turning 40. Fuck yeah. Sweet.
Yes, ma'am.
They're just.
We're going to burn this town to the ground.
I like it.
It was pretty funny, too, because we were staying at the Venetian, and every time I would walk through the casino floor, on my way to my room, I'd have to go, literally every time. And, yeah, I started getting really weird looks from people. But anyway, May. In May, we went to Belize. This was actually totally random. It was because my mother-in-law, who is one of the greatest people on the planet, I know most people don't get a chance to say that, but I do. She's amazing. I love you, Mom. She had a big chunk of money that she came into, and she decided to take her whole family to one of her favorite places, which was Belize. And Belize is amazing. You wouldn't Belize it. They make a lot of jokes like that in Belize. Anyway, we got to stay in this really cool, like, more rustic-looking resort. I got to go and swim with nurse sharks. I got to go and check out sea turtles, things like that. And I even got to go to the ruins at Lamanai and climb up and down temples. Only bad part was the day that we were all supposed to get ready to go, me and one of my wife's aunts tested positive for COVID. And so we got to spend 5 days locked inside of our room at this resort. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't too bad. I posted a few videos here and there on the channel about it. But the day that I tested positive and I only had to wait about 10 hours before I got to go home, man, I hopped on a golf cart and I went tearing up and down. Ambergris Cay was the island that I was on. And I had myself one hell of a good time, just to try and make up for it. Then in June, I got to go camping with some friends and family. Really, really good time. I guess this is the point where I should probably introduce you guys to a project I've been working on. It's called the Doommobile. The Doommobile is a snowmobile that I got for free from an extended family member. They told me all it needed was a new fuel line. They were wrong. It was totaled. It required extensive repairs to try and get this thing running. But when we did, it was quite a thing. This is us trying to get the thing started and the amazing sounds it made. What was that? But it does run, and I've been slowly working on it since then. And I replaced the skis with wheels. And it's been a project that I've been working on. We put an ATV racing radiator on the back. And the great part about this thing is, when you take it out onto the beach, it gets up to about 65 miles an hour. This thing rips. It is a death machine. Anyway, if you guys are interested in seeing more about the Doommobile and the project, I've been considering documenting it a little bit better and just some of the other stuff that I'm going to do to it. Just for fun. Just got it for free. It's something to do. In July, my buddy Ian accidentally got stranded on the other side of the country. I flew over and met him in St. Louis, and we drove back, and in the process got some amazing footage for a secret video that I cannot tell you about just yet, but is something to look forward to in the future. But also in July, this is the crazy one. So back when I was 14, my dad, I went to my dad, and I was like, Dad, I really want to go skydiving. I think it would be so cool. And we planned to, but we didn't get a chance to. So a few months back, my dad comes up to me, and he says, hey, you remember when you wanted to go skydiving when you were 14? Yeah? Well, you're about to turn 40, so let's do it. Let's do it for your birthday. And at this point, I really wasn't that terribly excited about the idea, but I agreed, of course, because if my 78-year-old dad is willing to jump out of a plane, I should be as well. So we did. And I got to tell you, I was not afraid. All the way up until we were in the plane, our feet are hanging out, I'm looking down, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not scared at all. This is great. Dude, I can't wait. Let's do it. And then, once you're pushed out of that plane, for about 1 second, there's only one thought, or at least for me, there was only one thought that went through my head. I have fucked up. But once that second was over and I started to feel free fall, nothing compares. It was amazing. I was hooked. I want to go back. I want to do it again. I want to do it again so bad. It was the coolest experience ever. And I'm so glad my dad talked me into doing it. It was It was just so wild. So then in August, I went camping again, this time for 7 days. No electricity, no bathrooms, just dig a cat hole. All rustic survival camping. Did it for 7 days. It was amazing. And my 10-year-old kid, he loved it too. Like, he takes right after me. No problems. No problem at all. And it was a wonderful experience. It got a little weird, though.
Cheers, sir.
Oh, fucking face! Get that full fist in there, Ian. Yes!
But you know, what are you going to do? And then last but not least, that brings us to September. In September, I took a job, and actually it was a viewer who has been watching me for a while. He does motorcycle tours where he takes people who run motorcycles, usually from out of the country, and shows them America. And I got to drive behind in a support cargo van with all of their luggage. And we got to go all the way down Route 66. Took about 2 weeks. It was incredible. I mean, some highlights were I got about 4 feet from a wild elk. Not my idea. He came up behind me while I was peeing. I got to fly in a helicopter over the Grand Canyon. I got to see parts of the country I'd never been to, like Missouri, lower parts of Illinois, parts of Oklahoma, northern Oklahoma. Absolutely gorgeous parts of the country that I'd just never been. Got to go to Santa Fe. I mean, it was absolutely wonderful. It wasn't great having to drive a cargo van and kind of protect motorcycles going through both Chicago and later LA traffic, but, you know, those were like the only stressful parts. Otherwise, the people were wonderful, they were warm, they were interesting from other parts of the world, and I took away from it a very amazing appreciation for this beautiful country that I do live in. So I look forward to going back and doing a few tours this coming summer. It should be pretty great. And my boss is very supportive of me documenting some of it, so I will be able to share some of that journey with you guys. But I guess the main takeaway from this is, you know, it's really easy for life to get you a bit blue, you know. Not everything is always going to be on the up and up and up. But those really great times that we have are the type of experiences that really should help and enrich you when otherwise you're feeling low. Like I'm feeling low right now. A little bit. I don't seem like it because I like filming. I like filming myself and I like the attention. But when this camera turns off, oh. Okay, I'm hamming it up. But I think it's important that we do cherish and appreciate the good things in our lives. Good people, good family, good food, good adventures. Just simply good experiences that we can share. And I hope that you have somebody in your life that you can share them with as well. Because I've noticed that an experience that's shared is not just simply, it's not a thing that you give to somebody, and it's not something that you experience on the same level. But when you share something with somebody, no matter how small, it just makes it a bit more for both of them. So from my family to yours, I hope you're well. I hope they are well. You take care of yourselves and each other. And let's make 2023 something special. All right? Bye, everybody.